Can you taste that? It's Food and Wine Talk with host Carole Kotkin and Simone Diament, two food writers who don't talk with their mouths full and have plenty to say about food and travel as well. Now, here's Carole and Simone.
I'm Simone Diament. I've recently read the book In the Land of Misfits, Pirates, and Cooks. While it sounds like a Peter Pan sequel, and it is an adventure book with spectacular photographs and fascinating elements, it has nothing to do with a children's tale. This book, as its subtitle says, is about orchestrating Florida's Caribbean pantry into a modern metropolitan cuisine. And the author, Michael Bennett, has poured all his fertile imagination and his talent into it. Good morning, Michael Bennett, and welcome to Food and Wine Talk.
Hey, how are you?
Great. This is Carole Kotkin. Good morning, Michael. And
hi, Carole.
You're now chef at the popular Bimini Boatyard restaurant on 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale, where you serve an average of 300 lunches and 300 dinners, or 600 covers per day, which is a lot to say in this stressed economy. What brings your customers back?
You know what? We do even more than that. We have a really great happy hour that brings in a lot of people, of course, but, you know, we've been here for 20 years. We just celebrated our anniversary last month. It was a big deal. You know, being in the business for that long, you hardly ever see anybody that is open 20 years, which kind of reassures everybody that you're doing a really good job, and, you know, the improvements we've done on the menu is phenomenal. We've changed everything. The look inside the place, the owners have just invested $750,000 just to renovate the inside. We built more seating outside, which everybody loves, of course, because they want to be on the water when they're dining. And it's just a matter of, you know, that reassurance. You've been open for 20 years. You know that when you come here, everything's going to be really good, or you wouldn't have been in business for that long.
Are you utilizing any of the recipes in your very lovely cookbook, which really epitomizes everything we're doing here in South Florida? It's really a cookbook of South Florida cuisine, I think. Are you using those recipes in the restaurant?
They're exactly the recipes I use. I scale them down a little bit from the bulk recipes that I make here. I make, like some of the recipes, like just say the mango couligrette, I have to make in a 5-gallon batch here because we use so much. So I've scaled them back a lot, put them into this book, and the pictures that are in the book are exactly the food that comes off of the line.
The recipes are fresh and are appetizing. And tell me, what parts of the Caribbean did you work in after long years in Miami kitchens?
Well, I left Miami after a solo on the Bay. I took myself and my family and moved them to Tortola, which is in the British Virgin Islands, and we stayed there for quite a while. They came back and forth because the residency issue there in the British Virgin Islands, they can only stay for a small amount of time and then have to leave and come back. But I stayed on a work permit, and I was there for a good year and 3 or 4 months, and then from there, I bounced over to the next island down, which was like St. Croix. Stayed there for a while, a big resort right there on the southeast side of St. Croix, which was a destination location, really nice place called Divvy. Beautiful, beautiful beaches. I got my lobsters it was maybe a mile across the water to the rocky point that was on the other side of the bay. My lobsters came over fresh, you know, that morning or that day. Right out of the water, came right up to the dock. They wheelbarrowed them right into the kitchen, and we were cooking lobsters that, you know, right within an hour after they came out of the water. It was amazingly great.
Right, the ocean to the table in a matter of minutes.
Exactly. It was right there. I mean, right around the corner. You'll see the pictures in the book, actually, of where the restaurant was and the hotel and the rocky shores. I've got the lobsters. It was amazing.
Michael, I'm curious about the title. What does that mean, In the Land of Misfits?
Well,